If your SwiftUI video buffers every time you open it, you might think AVPlayer is the problem. It isn't. The real issue is that the player keeps getting recreated. In this video, I'll show you how to fix it using AVPlayer caching so that the video loads instantly. These computed properties keeps the UI clean. I'm leaving stream selection as a placeholder for now. We'll fix playback reliability later because it's in its own topic. We'll improve the stream selection for reliability also. But that will be done in episode 3. So the next thing we need to do is add a few more structs. Now we need a tiny API layer, just one endpoint. Keep it simple, since the real lesson is about playback. We also need to create our Pexels API class. We build the URL with query params, so search is easy to change. Pexels uses the API key in authorization header. We now create our view model. The view model is the glue. It owns the loading state errors and the results array. So that means that the UI stays dumb. Don't hard code real API keys. It is best to use environment or configuration. For tutorial, I'm keeping it simple so we can just focus on the player's problem later. So this is where you would put your API key. But we missed out a variable. Is loading is needed for the search function that we just created. Var is loading bool equals false. The next file we need to create is our video search view. And that's a SwiftUI view. Xcode is not allowing me to rename the file. Let me try it again. So we name this view video search view. And then I'll just copy and paste everything from the clipboard. Now we build the list UI. the thumbnail, title, creator, duration, and the key thing, tapping a row navigates to the detail view, which will happen here. This will be implemented in the next lesson. And here on line 59, on first load, we run one search so that the view is instantly populated with the content. So I'll just run the application now, but for the navigation link, I'll just type in empty view. And then you should see the list that's populated with videos. What's happened there? I think I have to open and close Xcode. Also forgot to include the video search view to be called from the video app to app file, which should be here. So that's how it should look. And now we can run it. As you can see, these are the actual videos that we'll be able to play in the next tutorial. But if I click on it now, it just navigates to a blank view. We've got real videos loading and navigation working perfectly. But once we add playback, something annoying happens. Open a video, go back, open it again, it buffers again. In the next episode, I'll show you why and the fix. We also need to import AVPlayer and then type the following. That should be at state. We can delete our preview. Then we need to create our else statement. 320. Height 320. And an overlay for the progress view. And a tint. Need to add spacer. Some padding. Should be padding. Also need dot on a pair. I'll just copy that. So I'll just paste the code for on a pair. On lines 39. What we do there, we recreate the player. This is the actual bug. In episode 3, we will add the best stream URL function so that the video actually plays correctly. There's something else that we need to do. We need to go back to our video search view so that we can call our details view. So on line 26, we need to pass in the parameters to our details view, our video details view. So we just pass in the video. And now, when we run the application, we should see something on the screen when we try to navigate to the details screen. So I just selected the video. As you can see, it's spinning, and that's one of the issues we're trying to fix. The issue isn't SwiftUI, it's that we're recreating the AVPlayer every time the view appears. That's why it buffers again. In the next episode, we'll create the cache so that the cache should be video files. So we need to filter on the video files that are MP4. We also need these brackets and a closing bracket there. And on line 34, we just ensure that the video has a valid height. We shouldn't be using self on line 33. Should just be $0. File type is equal to video /mp4. Don't know why it doesn't like. Oh, the backslash shouldn't be there. The next thing we need to do is to target our resolution for the stream. So this will be, the target height will be 720. Next thing we need to do is to sort the videos by how close their height is to the target resolution of 720. So we're just sorting the... To perform this sort, we use the closure of the array. And then we pick the video resolution that is closest to 720. And then if it is close or equal to 720, we will select the smallest file size. And that's what happens on line 44. This one here. The next thing we need to do is to get the video link. And then we convert the link, or convert the string to a link URL. I'll just compile it. Oh, there's an issue somewhere. An extra bracket. Seems like we don't need the extra bracket at line 51. Let me compile it again. That seems okay. And now let's run the application. Select any video. As you can see now the video thumbnail appears. And we can play it. We can also rewind the video per 10 seconds or forward the video per 10 seconds. Select another video, one that's a little bit longer. So I can forward the video 10 seconds. As you can see, it's 16 now, and I can go back so that it will be 10 or 11. Although the application works, there's a little issue within the video details view on lines 39 to 40. So what it is, we're creating the player each time, which we shouldn't be doing. We should really cache the player so that it's reused. So we'll be implementing a cache feature in the next episode. Screen, you're recreating the AVPlayer. Let's fix that right now. So the first thing we need to do is to create a new file. Name the file AVPlayer cache. Import the following. So the reason why I'm making this class as main actor is because the AVPlayer interacts with UI state, and we want to guarantee that the player updates on the main thread. Also need to create a static shared property. This is a singleton, so the entire app can reuse the same player instance. That should be private for our initializer. Private var players AVPlayer. Oh, we're missing an import, so let's import that now. Import AVKit. On lines 18, we cache the players by the URL so we don't recreate the AVPlayer every time the user opens the video screen. We need to create a function called player that will return an AVPlayer. Player.automatically wait to minimize stalling. Is that the right one? Yeah, that should be true. The purpose of that line, it helps to reduce playback and stalls by buffering enough data before starting the playback. The wrong bracket I'm using. That should be one of these brackets. Function remove all. Just compile it. We need to go to our videos details view, just open it, and then we need to update line 40 to use the cache to get the URL. We also use the AVPlayer that we recently created. Just rerun the application again. See the difference with this version, it gets it from the cache. But everything else remains the same.